Hey there, welcome to Wandering DMs. I'm Dan. And today I'll be solo hosting a special Fearful Ends actual play watch party as we enter the last 2 days for Paul Siegel's Fearful Ends. It's currently on Kickstarter, and you can see the link to that Kickstarter in the YouTube description currently, or you can go directly to fearfulends.com and see what he has there. So before we get to that, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe here, the Wandering DMs channel that you're currently watching. Also, it'd be great if you join our Patreon if you're not on there already. And by joining our Patreon, you get access to our Discord server where the conversation's continuing all the time. And normally our after-party video chat that we normally do Sundays. Now, we're going to pass on that today because today we have a special double-length episode. So we'll be here for the next 2 hours. And Backrius, thanks for checking in on our chat. I apologize for being a couple minutes late here today, running the show myself. I had to remind myself how to run all the technical stuff, like the social chat that Paul normally takes care of. And I get to 1 o'clock, I'm like, oh, right. And had to remind myself about all that stuff. So hopefully I have our stream running on both YouTube and Twitch like normal. And I'll be hanging out in the chat all day long here. Again, patreon.com/wanderingdms is where you can join our lovely patrons who support the show all the time. And so, of course, tomorrow is Halloween as we're taping the show here. So in honor of Halloween, I have put on my very best black t-shirt. Hopefully sets the mood for today. And, of course, Paul's Fearful Ends Kickstarter, we're entering the last 2 days of that. Ends right after Halloween, actually on Tuesday this week. Fearful Ends has not funded yet, but we are more than halfway, so we're really hopeful that we will get there. You know, please tell your friends. It's a wonderful game. Paul has worked on it for decades at this point, actually, to get it to the point where it is. I've had the opportunity to be a player in a number of Fearful Ends games, and I've run one session with a scenario myself, and it was very easy to put a scenario together. Worked really well. I'm not even an expert horror game runner normally, but the players all said they had a really great time. So glad to see everybody show up in the chat here. And what's happening this weekend is Paul is currently today at Carnage gaming convention in Killington, Vermont. That he usually goes to every year. I believe he's running a Fearful Ends game right now. And ideally, we would have loved to have a live stream of that game while he runs it, but due to technical and scheduling issues, we weren't able to make that happen. So, what we're going to do here today is we're going to have a watch party for the Fearful Ends actual play. This is an actual play that Paul's had on our channel. We haven't broadcast it live yet. Some of our viewers may have possibly seen it. Now, unfortunately, I myself haven't had time to actually watch it, which is a little bit embarrassing. So I thought, here's an opportunity. I'm going to sit down and actually watch a play of Fearful Ends in which I'm not a player. So for the first time, I'll get to see like an unbiased version of what the game runs when I'm not at the table. And I'll hang out in the chat through the entire time. And what I have been able to do here is I've read the scenario that Paul is actually running in this actual play. It's included in the rule book for Fearful Ends. And to me, it's an intriguing scenario because it's set in New England during the pandemic, in which a group of teenagers are lured into a creepy, empty mill building in the old New England town. And you may have, if you've watched the channel for a while, you may have seen Paul and me possibly mention once or twice as New England kids growing up, when we did, every single New England river town has these giant brick textile mill buildings all along the river. That are empty and, as far as we know, have just never been used. And it's funny growing up there because obviously these buildings were used for industry in the 1800s up through the early. They kind of went out of fashion in the early 20th century up through the Depression type era. So for us growing up, there were just these giant empty brick buildings that nobody ever used, and that was just part of the landscape. And we never even thought about why is that the case and why is nobody using these? So that's certainly in my DNA, and I think it'll make a wonderful scenario, a wonderful creepy scenario that's very close to both my and Paul's hearts. So I'm kind of looking forward to this today. I want to see how that I personally want to see how it translates, from the scenario text to Paul actually running it live. And the scenario has a whole lot of flexibility built in that you could add, or you could delete, or you could edit. So I'm kind of interested in what Paul actually does live here, because I don't know. So again, I've played in a few. I've run one myself. It was really easy to put a scenario together for Fearful Ends and make that come together. So it's a really great game. And what we're going to see here in a second is, of course, Paul is GMing, and we have our good friends Christian, Colleen, and Tanya queuing up for the spooky Halloween, probably semi-traumatic for the characters, events in our Fearful Ends actual play here. So I will hang out in chat for the next 2 hours is what this is going to take from 1 to 3 here live. So if you have, I've got the rule book here in front of me. If you have any questions about the text of the scenario or the rules for Fearful Ends, feel free to pop that in the chat, and I can actually just look it up here if I don't remember from the one time that I ran it. Okay, interesting. Okay, so hopefully we've got this running on Twitch and YouTube. So I think we've had confirmation that hopefully it's if you're not getting it on one of those sites, please refresh, and we will. Hopefully, I haven't glitched anything up. So if something happens, I will A, be debugging, I will be chatting, and thanks for double checking that, Backways. And if something pops up that I just can't avoid making a live comment, I may possibly pause the video and pop up on screen live. I'll try to avoid doing that to not overtalk Paul actually running the game. But I may, knowing me, I may possibly have to jump in live and make some kind of comment about something I would have done different, or something that was really great that I didn't expect, possibly. So look for that. So I'll pop in right at the end again to kind of wrap up. Again, tell your friends about Fearful Ends. It's currently on Kickstarter, going into our last 2 days. So either go to fearfulends.com or the link's in the chat currently, or go to the link directly to the Kickstarter that's in our YouTube description. And we do hope that you'll back it and tell your friends and tell folks on social media would be great. We're ever closing in to actually funding it. The book looks great. The art's fantastic, and I've been amazed by it for months, ever since Paul started showing me the artwork. So join me. I have backed it myself. I'm looking forward to getting a copy of the book and Paul's cards mechanics that you're going to get to see here possibly live for the first time. And that is where we are with Fearful Ends for Halloween 2023. So without further ado, let me jump over to the video here. And what I've done here is I've jumped in by about half an hour. So the actual play, if you watch the full thing on our channel, Paul goes through the entire character creation segment for each of the players in sequence. I'm going to jump past that, and I'm going to jump directly to Paul explaining the rules and then getting into the scenario. So hopefully I've got the technical end of this set up appropriately, and I'll see you in the chat. So here we go.
Basics of making characters, rolling the dice, etc. But where this game really shines is in the mental stress system. I'm going to back up a little bit now and talk about just generally the theme of this game, which is called Fearful Ends because what we expect in this game is that our characters are going to meet terrible ends. This is not a game about fighting off the forces of evil and prevailing. This is a game about trying to survive and likely not. I expect by the end of this game that all 3 of your characters will be either dead or just have completely lost their minds. And what do I mean by completely losing their minds is they've taken so much mental stress that they are basically incapable of performing basic daily actions. The way we represent in the game is with the mental stress deck. So as you take mental stress, you'll draw cards from this deck. And the cards are basically 6 different kind of categories of mental stress here. I'm going to read out to you just a quick description of the 6 different types of mental stress, just so that up front, if anybody has any issues with any of these things, seeing these components get played out in a role-playing game, maybe if that is uncomfortable for you, please just say so, and we'll just remove those cards entirely. The 6 different types are anger, which encourage actions of physical violence in response to mental stress. Anxiety, which translates mental stress into feelings of dread over anticipated future events, either real or imagined. There are hallucinations, which expose the player to sights and sounds that only they can perceive. And that could be imaginary, or that could be the fact that the veil of the supernatural is simply being lifted for this character, and they are seeing the truth that no one else can. Obsession cards focus your mental stress into repetitive thoughts. It encourages the player to direct their and others' attention to the focus of their obsession, whether a person or object. Memory loss cards are basically blocking out memory based on the as a response to the mental stress, to the point where you'll be told to forget things that happened in the game. And finally, paranoia. Paranoia cards represent the stress response of overreacting to minor threats and describing malicious coordinated intent to their origin. So you'll be told to do things that basically lay blame to all the things going wrong around you to others. Does anybody have any issues with any of those components in our game?
That sounds great.
Great. So we will be playing with the full deck of mental stress cards in this game. So I'm just going to jump back here real quick. And Tanya, I'm going to look at my hand. I seem to have a hand here for some reason. I'm a player. Sure. It's just a little easier to play. So everyone has a hand of 2 of these cards. The cards, when they're in your hand, have no effect whatsoever. You can look at the cards in your hand, and you can see each card is a type of mental stress and 5 levels of how that stress affects you. And each level is subsequently worse for you and gives you specific role play prompts for how to portray that. So in this case, we're looking at a hallucinations card. You can see it begins with fabricating inconsequential noises, and then actually going to investigate strange movements, and then possibly even getting to the point where you're hearing conversations that don't actually exist, et cetera, et cetera. When something in the game happens that causes you to take mental stress, I will say something like take a point or take 2 points of mental stress. And what that means is you're going to draw extra cards. So let's say I took 2 points of mental stress. I'm going to draw 2 more cards out of the deck into my hand, like so. Now I have 4 cards in my hand. And then I have to play down until I have 2 cards left. So to play a card, there's 2 different ways to play the card. The first is as a tell. So I'm just going to drag out the card and put it there on the table. This is called a tell because it's similar to like a poker tell, where the other players now know that I have the hallucination card in play. So maybe I'm going to start to hallucinate something. I'm not actually following any of the text prompts yet. I can also, you can only have 1 copy of any given card as a tell at any time. And as you can see in my hand, I've kind of been screwed here because I have drawn a lot of hallucination cards. So I'm going to have to play a second one, and I can't play it as a tell. So I must play it as a dissent. And you can play I can play any of these cards as a dissent. Dissent cards, the way that we play them is we put them on the table, we flip them over, and we slide them underneath the tell that they go along with so that the number 1 is poking out of the bottom. So now I have 1 point of hallucination. So now I should be reading that top bit of text on the hallucination card and following that prompt and incorporating it. Like I said, the cards don't have to match. I could have played this yellow card, this memory loss card, as a dissent underneath the hallucinations. That's fine. And it's kind of up to you as a player to decide how to play these cards. If you want to keep things together and try to hold on to reality throughout the entirety of the game, then you want to play a lot of tells. Get all the tells out, and thus you won't have lesser effects. Whereas if we're getting close to the end of the game and you'd really like to see your character start to snap, then maybe you want to start playing more and more dissents. Okay, with all of that done, I think we'll get into the scenario if everybody's ready. Good?
Oh, Paul, are you going to tell us how physical damage happens at all? Or will that just
Good
come up when it comes up?
point. I forgot about that. Thank you so much for the reminder.
You're welcome.
Okay. Colleen asked, what about physical damage? How does that work? That's a great question. So we'll make rolls for fighting or shooting or whatever's appropriate. We'll determine if you do some damage. If you do some damage to somebody, whether it's you're punching them or shooting them or hitting them with a baseball bat, the amount of damage depends on kind of the weapon you have in hand. The baseline, if you're just throwing fists, is just your brawn die. Good thing that everybody really bumped their brawn way up, right? No. So your base damage is brawn, and you roll that die, and then the target will then take that much damage. Now, the important thing to note about rolling dice for damage is that all damage dice explode. And what that means is if you roll the single highest value on the die, you get to re-roll and add. So if you have a brawn of D4 and you roll a 4, you get to re-roll and add. And if you roll a second 4, now you're at 8 points of damage and you get to re-roll again. And if you rolled a 2 the third time, now you've done 10 points of damage. Me, as a target, if I had just taken 10 points of damage and my character has a D6 in brawn, because brawn is also determines my health and my ability to take hits, I divide the amount of damage by half of my brawn. So 10 points of damage divided by half my brawn is 3. I am going to draw 3 physical stress cards. Physical stress cards look just like mental stress cards, or they behave just like mental stress cards. Similarly, I play the tells and descents the same way I do mental stress. Now, normally, I don't have any hand of physical stress cards at all. And so if I have any physical stress in my hand, I must play all of it. So now I have to play all of these stress cards. I have some mental stress cards and some physical stress cards. That's confusing. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I have 2 physical stress cards. You can see the physical stress cards. If we look at them, they only have 3 levels. So it gets bad fast. And there are only 3 types, and they're basically aligned to different locations of where you got hit. So there's a head card, a torso card, and an extremity card. In this case, I drew 2 torsos, which kind of sucks for me.
Yeah, so do I get basically descent on that torso card?
Must play it as a descent. Yeah. So
do you get a tell just like a mental stress, and then you take the damage as your first? Cool.
That is absolutely right. So in this case, since I took 2 points of physical stress and they were both torso cards, I now have a 1 level of physical damage to my torso, which is not great. Not great for me.
No. I'm so glad everyone in this game took so much brawn. This is a very long game.
Yeah.
We're gonna die fast. It's fine.
Yeah, I think you're as a group, it behooves you to maybe try to avoid some combat there. It's not looking great.
Just like real life.
You're the bruiser of the group is the cheerleader. That's exciting. Okay.
Hey, I'm scrappy.
That's true. You're scrappy. You just can't take the hits. You can deal them, but you can't take them.
You give them and we run away. Fragile.
All right, I'm going to get into the scenario now. So like I said, it is summer of 2020. You have been trapped in your houses due to lockdown, and it is getting real old real fast. All of you are desperate to get out. Your friend Billy has messaged you, texted you all on a group text with his brilliant idea of let's sneak out tonight and go check out the old haunted mill. Now, you all know the old mill building very well. It's in the center of town. It's been around for hundreds of years, as far as you know. There have been a couple of attempts in the past to revitalize the mill and convert it into office space for various companies, and that never seems to go right. The last attempt was done just a year ago, and of course now, who needs office space? Everyone's working from home. So it just fell flat, and now the building is more or less derelict and empty. It is claimed that possibly it is even haunted by the old mill workers from the old times when there weren't great labor laws. Perhaps people died in horrific accidents down at the mill, and their ghosts to this day haunt the mill. That's the root. You're all pretty sure I bet that.
Probably not, though. I don't think ghosts are real.
So Billy has suggested that everyone sneak out tonight, meet down on the corner of Mill and Main Streets, and sneak into the old mill building. Says it's going to be a great time. Wear your mask.
Distance.
Well, I'm just going to go around and ask everybody. Tell me a little bit about how your character sneaks out. I'm going to start with Colleen. Tell me about how your character sneaks out.
Yeah, I think that my family has one of those nice finished basements that just has a back door, but it has a nice fenced in backyard. And so I put up a fake pillow, a body pillow. I wrap it up in blankets. And I lock the basement door, the top of the basement doorway. I leave my my TV on, and I just go out the back. Scoot. The security light goes on for a blink moment. I'm like, shit. I do a roll, and then I really clumsily come over the fence, probably like dunking my foot in like the trash of the neighbors. I'm like, shit. And then I have to like, shake it off a little bit, but I'm fine. I'm good. I've got my really comfortable little mini backpack. I got some soda, of course. And I've got a really stylish tank top, not good for combat or horror, but I look fantastic. And I've got obviously some really nice yoga pants on because I can wear a fashion top, but everything below that's yoga.
Excellent. You look fantastic, but for midsummer, it's fairly light wear, which seems reasonable. But as you're sneaking out in the evening and the sun is starting to go down, the wind is starting to pick up and it rips through and it just seems to cut right through that very thin fabric of that tank top. You find yourself shivering a bit, and you can see big storm clouds kind of rolling in as you make your way into the center of town towards the mill. And you start to wonder, gosh, maybe I should have grabbed my my cheerleading jacket, my windbreaker. Maybe that would have been a good idea.
Oh, what I do for fashion is terrible. Maybe Alex will have a sweatshirt. Or maybe I can steal Christian's when he comes.
Christian, tell me about how you sneak out.
I think my character has never snuck out before and doesn't really know why one would want to do that and why people have in the past. So I think he just talked to his parents and asked if he could go out for a long walk to take a break from his grind. And I think that he has spent so much time in his room on his computer that his parents are more than happy to just be like, you want to go outside? Absolutely. You can do whatever you want. Just text us and don't talk to anybody.
Excellent. Yes, go out,
so
get some exercise. Great. Your parents are very excited about this. Like, they're very excited that, Christian is going out. He's going to get some exercise, get some fresh air. This is so good. You find they grab your backpack and they put an umbrella, a flashlight, a granola bar, a bottle of water. Press it to you. They say, "Go, have fun, be safe.
Thanks.
Don't go too far."
Thanks, Mom. I don't know if I need all this stuff, but okay. Okay, bye.
Careful. It looks like it might rain, so be careful out there. Have a good time, honey.
Okay. Thanks. Bye. I'll bye.
Bye. Tanya, tell us how Alex sneaks out.
Pretty easily. I live with my dad, and he's used to his factory job where he's up at 4 a.m. So he still goes to bed at like 9 o'clock and sleeps like the dead. And he's used to me, like, I like to be outside, so he hears me go out on the deck all the time. So, like, hearing me shut a door when it's 10 o'clock at night, not so hard. So it's like, yeah,
Right.
I'm just
It's
gonna
just
sit out.
it's just
I'm
another
sitting
night,
outside.
Alex.
Yeah, I'm just doing whatever I want, like I usually do. He's just like, I just show up before he wakes up, and yeah, that's all that matters.
Great. You take your keys.
Yeah,
You're
you
used
just
to
walk
heading
out the
out.
door.
Excellent. You
Yeah.
just walk out the door. The three of you arrive together at the corner of Mill and Main, just across the street from the old mill building. And now it's starting to lightly rain. And you hear this boom of distant thunder. And it's definitely looking very ominous out. And you're just starting to really wonder if this was such a great idea or not. But finally, you kind of spot each other, each independently walking towards the corner. And there, kind of slouched against the street sign, is Billy. He's wearing a leather jacket. He's got uh, uh, he's got a backpack slung over one shoulder and a baseball, dirty, grimy old baseball cap kind of pulled low, and he kind of just looks and gives you each the nod as you show up. Sup, sup.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
What's up?
It's kind of cold.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
though.
wild, right? Wild. Hey, I got something though. I got something for you guys. And he reaches into his backpack and he pulls out a little brown lunch bag. He digs into it and he pulls
Oh, my
out
mom
a big
gave me
chocolate
a
chip
snack.
cookie. And
Oh.
he takes a big bite, and he hands it to you, Christian. He goes, "Have some special cookies, man."
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That was gonna be
He
my
said he
question.
continues to chomp on the chocolate chip cookie. You find yourself
I
thrusted this greasy brown lunch bag with like three good big size fist sized.
thanks. I don't know. I have asthma. I don't really know if this is a good idea.
It's fine. Don't
It's
be such a
fine.
wimp, man. Just
As long as you don't smoke
have
it.
a cookie, man.
It's just a cookie. It's just a cookie.
All right.
You'll be
all right.
fine.
All right. I'll take a little nibble.
Okay. You take a little nibble of a cookie and you pass the bag, or do you hang on to it?
Yeah, I'll pass it.
Who do you pass it to?
I'll pass it to Alex.
You hand it over to Alex, and you almost jump when there's suddenly another boom of thunder, and the rain starts to fall a little bit harder. Billy just kind of slouches his shoulders and like kind of lifts his collar a little bit and keeps.
Yeah,
Is there like
I
an
got a hoodie on. I'm just
awning?
pulling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christian, you got.
I'm
I have an
experienced
umbrella.
with this, so I got my hoodie.
Christian takes out his umbrella.
Because he's prepared.
Sorry. Christian, who did you pass the bag to again?
Me.
Alex.
Me.
Alex, what do you do?
This isn't my first rodeo, so I know better than to eat the whole cookie. So I eat like a quarter of one and save the rest in my little hoodie pocket.
Excellent.
And then I pass the bag over.
Cool. Yeah, I follow suit. I eat a quarter of a cookie. I have nowhere to put the cookie other than my little mini backpack that's also drenched. So I just I eat the cookie and then I just kind of shove over to Christian and try to get under his umbrella.
Okay. You
Oh,
try to
thanks.
get
You're so
under the
nice.
umbrella, and the wind picks up, and like the rain starts to move a little sideways, and it's just pelting you. It gets really dark for it's not that late at night, but you would have thought you had a little bit of daylight left, but just the storm clouds rolling in have just made it super dark. There's another boom of thunder, a flash of lightning in the sky. The rain is starting to move sideways. It's really uncomfortable. And then suddenly another strange sound. You hear a kind of electronic chirp, like bloop bloop, and you see down the block. You see a flash of a red and blue light of a police car starting to drive in your direction, and a searchlight comes up and starts, and the beam of the light just kind of passes over your head and illuminates the upper clock tower of the mill. And I would like all of you to draw one mental stress for the threat of the police car. I'm gonna pop over to who's ready.
All right.
Oh, how do I click to draw?
I'm gonna pick on Colleen. Okay, great. So this is your hand right now, Colleen. You have anxiety.
Yes.
One,
I have anxiety. Well, I don't have anxiety yet,
yes.
but I'm showing
you
signs
have an
I may
anxiety
have
tell,
anxiety.
and
Yes.
Christian has played a paranoia tell, and Tanya has played hallucinations tell. And then, if it helps, I can turn this on and off as we see fit. But I have some little overlays here so we can see that I have the letter T there for tells, but it's not showing up for Tanya for some reason. Nope, there it is. Great. So hallucination tell, a paranoia tell for Christian, and anxiety. Okay. Bloop! The siren chirps again, and the cop car is slowly rolling in your direction. Billy just kind of starts and looks at it and goes, "Oh fuck!" And he books it over to across the street towards the little bridge that leads across the spillway of the mill pond and into the mill building itself. The mill building is this huge brick building, easily 3 stories. It's very strange. It looks like it's been built up and expanded multiple times. So it's not kind of an abnormal shape. It kind of makes a bit of an L around this corner of the block, and you know that on the other side of it is a huge mill pond that is built right in the corner here, where the intersection is kind of near where you're standing. There is a bit of a tower with an old clock on it, and then just across the street from you, a small footbridge leads across a little spillway, a little small, maybe only a couple feet deep of water that then leads into the main front doors to the mill building. And you see Billy just book it over there and he goes, "Come on!"
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
book
this
it.
sucks.
Yeah, I book it.
I'll follow him.
Come on.
Right. The 3 of you book it across the bridge towards the door. The door bangs shut just as you're making your way across the bridge from Billy getting the jump on you and getting across there faster. You rush over there. Who pulls open the door?
I'll do it.
Kyle runs across runs across through the rain, pulls open the door. It's a little sticky, but Kyle puts her back into it, pops open the door, and all 3 of you, I assume, go rushing into the building. And the rain continues to pick up. You're starting to get fairly wet. Although Christian, the umbrella helps a little. Maybe at least kept your head and shoulders dry. But the bottoms of your jeans are pretty wet. They're down around the ankle as you come racing into the old mill building. As you step into the building itself, you can see it's kind of creepy. It has these old wooden floors that look in pretty bad shape. They creak and groan a little bit as you walk in. The walls are all rough brickwork. You can see the hallway extends down in front of you. To your left, there appears to be an open doorway that leads to a narrow stair that goes both up and down. You can see that along the ceiling are these red pipes. They vary in diameter. Some are quite small, maybe an inch or 2 in diameter, and some are very big, almost like 8 to 10 inches in diameter, running up and down and kind of making this weird grid and network of pipes that seem to run through across the ceiling, and then they go through holes in the walls that seem to go into other rooms and other halls and other places.
Hey, Billy, this sucks. This idea sucks. This is a bad time, man.
Hey, it's better than what we've been doing for months?
I don't think it is.
You hear a distant echo of Billy's voice go, "Ha ha ha! Keep up, losers!"
Where is he going? All right, everybody get
Christian,
close to the TikTok. I don't
Christian,
know why
roll
the
me
weather's so bad.
Christian, roll me a perception check. That's just your perception.
I love that you're TikToking it.
Yeah, right.
6.
This old bell. I'm getting no reception here. Are you getting reception, Alex? I'm not getting anything.
No, I'm not.
No. Oh my god. I love your hoodie though. That's great. Looks warm.
It is. Do you want underneath it?
Uh-huh.
Christian, you can tell from the direction of the voice. You think it seems to have come from down the hall in front of you.
Okay. I'll pull out the flashlight my mom packed me.
Excellent.
I love that.
And I'll turn that on.
Yep. Clicks on. Yeah, you got a beam of light, which is good. It's fair. It's dark, but a little bit of light comes in through the windows. Not much because it's gotten quite dark outside, but some of the street lights, a little bit of the light will come in through the windows. The windows here are big, tall windows with big panes of glass, and they have an arch over the top in the brickwork. Occasionally, one of them will be either boarded up or bricked shut, which is interesting and unusual. But there are enough of them that they seem to let some light in. And then every now and then there's a flash of lightning, which just completely illuminates the space for just a brief moments.
Wow. This place is weird. Why is it so fancy? And I'm going to start walking down the hallway towards where I think Billy's voice came from.
Excellent.
Okay, let's go.
So is he just sprinting down the hallway and we're just like, cool, we're back left?
You actually have totally lost sight of Billy. He ran in here.
Cool.
Yeah. He came running in here. He made it through the door before even you did. Kyle took a moment with the door to get it open. And so by the time the three of you gathered into the front entryway of the building, Billy was gone. Although you did just hear his voice, laughing down the hallway.
All right. Well, I guess we're meandering down. Christian doesn't sound like this is great, but doesn't like it. But
it doesn't feel great, and it is a spooky space, but it is at least dry.
Yeah, I'm still underneath the sweater though. So drying off.
Come on, Christian. Let's just walk down here. We got nothing else to do.
Let's just go find Billy.
Christian, you make your way down the hallway with Kyle and Alex just flanking behind you. Down this hallway, there are doors on your left and right as you walk down this creaky old hallway. They're solid wood doors, so you don't know what's on the other side of any of these things. After a little bit, though, you come to the hallway kind of ends in a pair of large, like double doors, like cafeteria doors, like big swingy doors. Big metal brass plates on the inside, hand plates for you to push on, but it doesn't look like any kind of lock or latch or anything like that.
Guess it's lunchtime.
Oh, good. I'm starving. I guess
we got there. What'd your mom pack you? Any snacks?
I do have a granola bar. I think I got a granola bar in here. Do you want one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They're from Costco.
Oh. Okay.
Great. I think everything in here is from Costco.
As long as there's some dark chocolate in there, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here.
Mom likes dark chocolate. Do you want to see what's behind these doors?
You bust out some snacks.
Billy went through here
for the doors.
Oh, I think that's where it sounded like his voice came from.
Yeah, I'm just following the way where his voice came from.
All right. Okay. Well,
it sounded like he just kept going straight down. Why not?
I'll just lean into the doors, open them up.
Okay, you lean into the doors, and they squeak. They squeak a little as they push open, but they do push open. You can feel that they kind of have some spring to them, so you feel like when you let go, they're going to spring shut and swing and close. And you can see it opens as you push open and look in, and the light of Christian's flashlight kind of illuminates some of the space. You can see a very large room. Two of the walls, the far wall and the one to your right, have some windows in them. It's a very large open space. Huge, tall ceiling, and you can see big wooden beams crisscrossing across the top above you. So it seems quite high up to the second floor. But the room itself is filled. It looks like it has been partially converted into office space. There are cubicle walls. There's some desks here and there. You can see that these red pipes continue to kind of spiderweb across the ceiling. Every now and then, one of them will take a sudden 90-degree turn and go straight down into the floor, often following a wooden support pillar of some kind. Almost looks like the support pillars are almost like telephone poles, kind of just big, solid, round wooden supports to hold up the building. And sometimes a red painted metal pipe will follow alongside it. And in some places, you can see someone has zip tied a bunch of Ethernet cable around to try and get cabling to and from some of these cubicles. And it looks like there's maybe a dozen cubicles in here. And you're just kind of flashing your flashlight around Christian. There's another boom of thunder and a flash of lightning that briefly illuminates the whole room quite well. And you can see that that it doesn't seem like the ceiling is completely intact, and maybe there's a cracked and broken window because some water has gotten in, and you can hear drips of water here and there, and you can see some puddles about on the floor. And the whole thing just looks abandoned. It has this overall feeling of just abandonment, that the cubicles and the office space kind of only got half done, and clearly this is not the first rainstorm that's gotten into the space, and there's a lot of water damage.
Hey, Billy, are you in here? He's gonna jump out at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy, this
messing
isn't
with us
funny
at this point.
anymore. Billy, you better come out here. This isn't funny.
There's no response from Billy.
Come on, you said there was something cool. I want to see some cool shit.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, Billy, come on.
I'll start poking in, looking in the cubicles. I'll just kind of wander around and like look behind some of the walls.
Roll me a perception and investigate, Christian.
Sure.
Now, Kyle and Alex, Christian is starting to poke around and bringing the only light source with him. Are you keeping up alongside him, or are you... Again, it's not totally dark, but it is pretty dark.
Well, we have cell phones. We can put our flashlights on our...
You could do that, yep.
I mean...
Alex opens her cell phone and turns on the flashlight.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle already had it half open with her trying to look for her reception.
TikTok.
Yep.
Oh, you're right. You were filming it. Yep.
Yeah.
So we had some dim lights.
The weather's okay.
Yeah. Christian, how'd you do on that investigate roll?
I got a 5.
Okay. You start poking around, and you can see that as you get further to the opposite side of the room, there are 2 doors on the other 2 walls, the ones without windows. There are doors leading further into the mill somewhere. You're not sure exactly where those go. But you can, as you start looking around, you can see that back and to the right, near that one broken window, there is actually a fair amount of water has collected there. It looks like there's a puddle, kind of biggish puddle. And you thought you saw, as you pointed your flashlight over there, you thought you saw maybe Billy's boot kind of poking out from behind the cubicle wall a little bit. You think he's hiding back there.
Oh. Billy, I see you. Don't jump out at me. I have asthma or whatever. I'm going to walk up and don't jump out at me. I know you're going to do it and it won't get me. And I'm going to walk up.
Do you think he's
ready for him to jump out at me? I'm ready.
Christian
I take like 2 steps and then stop, and then I'm like,
yeah.
And I take another.
Careful.
Don't do it.
Carefully approaching Christian. You keep doing that, and you keep wondering why. Like, he's not responding, but you can clearly see his boot now poking out from around the corner of that cubicle wall. And finally, you get there, and you're just fully fed up with him. You poke around with your flashlight, and ready to flash it right in Billy's eyes, and instead, you realize that you're flashing it onto the floor of the cubicle here. There is a corpse laid out on the ground in a workman's outfit with like a bright reflective vest, and your flashlight catches a bit, and so you get this little flash of light, and it's his boot sticking out, but his face, his body is clearly bloated from sitting in the water for a long time, and you can see ragged cuts across his face where congealed old dark blood have coagulated on his face, and just the horrific visage is so shocking and so surprising, you can have 2 more mental stress cards.
2 more. Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, my in-character response is ah!
No.
Throw the flashlight into the air. Ah!
Oh, he found him.
Um,
All right. Where the heck is he? What is he doing?
ooh,
Knock it off, Billy.
This is some.
This is
Okay,
funny,
I'm gonna
Billy.
I'm gonna play a
Because we
tell
clearly haven't seen.
for memory loss,
Excellent.
and I'm going to descend paranoia 1 step.
Am I looking at the right? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. There we go.
Paul, is there
Excellent.
a place where you can read these cards better? Because I can't see the details on paranoia anymore.
Okay, yeah. Let's look at that card together, Christian. So here's the paranoia card. You're at level 1. Is something watching you? Look over your shoulder often. So what besides Alex and Kyle, you hear Christian shrieking and kind of flashing his light, and you notice this odd thing as he flashes his light, like there's odd reflection, something sparkly or reflective is picking up his flashlight as he kind of waves it around him.
So I
I'm gonna
go
run
wandering
away.
over there, like expecting Billy to be doing something stupid in the corner. I'm like, what are you doing?
Excellent. Alex, as you come rushing around to look and see, perhaps a little bit more prepared than Christian was by the initial shock. Still, the scene is horrific. You can see this this corpse laid out in a puddle. You can see floating nearby in the water is a discarded hard hat. But it looks like a person in coveralls with boots and a reflective jacket, and a horrible, horrible gash across his face. This old, disgusting, mangled corpse that Christian is illuminating with his flashlight. And you can have a mental stress card for that.
Oh, God. This one's been here a while, hasn't it? Oh.
Ah!
What? What is it?
It's a dead body!
Dead body? What?
It's a dead body!
It doesn't look like it happened recently, but yeah, it's disgusting. Ugh,
What?
God.
That's gross.
Ugh.
I want to see.
Ah!
Kyle's going to go over and just very nervously look up at the dead body. Oh,
Excellent.
gross! Oh,
Kyle,
that's
as you catch, even though you're prepared for the view of a dead body, still the maiming that has happened to this poor man, the horrible gash across the face, the bloating of the corpse for having laid in water for you don't know how long is just horrific, and you can have a mental stress card as well.
That's gross. Why would you show me that? So gross.
I didn't show you
wanted
it.
to see it. Oh my gosh.
Now, Tanya, looks like to me like you're playing a descent under your hallucinations. Is that right?
Yeah. So I'm starting to get a little, the cookies kicking in a little bit. I just saw a dead body, and now I'm getting a little twitchy. And I'm like, I hear something. I think it was just one of them kicking something. But what was that? What is there other? Is Billy around the corner? Maybe. Maybe the cops came in.
The cops! We gotta call the cops! We gotta go get the cops! There's a dead body right here!
I don't know if I want to be caught with a dead body. Quite literally.
Dead body? What if Billy's in trouble? He's supposed to take me to prom next
What?
year.
He just ditched us.
The cops
No,
will save us.
screw that
The
dude.
cops will
Why
find
would he
him.
just... Did you think he wanted us to find this dead body? Was that the thing he wanted to show us? He just wanted us to get high on the cookie and then show us the dead
not.
body?
That's
Maybe
he did
That's
it.
probably what it is. Because the rest of this place is not cool. This isn't cool. None of this is cool. Billy, none of this is cool.
Yeah, he said there's cool stuff. And Kyle, clearly he's an idiot if he's ditching you in the middle of a building when he's supposed to take you to prom. What an idiot.
I mean, there's no prom. But he is an idiot.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you, Alex.
For a minute, I forgot that all of this was happening.
Maybe there's gonna be a digital prom. Maybe they'll like
I don't.
put us all in a
I don't
Zoom
know if they could
meeting
do it.
together.
Hey guys, there's a
No,
dead
they
body.
can't do
Play
Zoom.
music.
Right?
There's a dead body.
Oh my God! There's a dead body. Whose dead body is that? Is it someone we know?
There's a
Doesn't tell them
pandemic.
about
There's no prom, and we're staring at a dead body. This is our
dead
lives,
body?
guys.
Do you think? Is this what COVID does to people?
Oh,
No, I think he
Oh my
got killed by
God.
like
Did
an
he
animal or something.
did he die of
Is
COVID
it
and then
animal?
an animal got to him?
And an animal got him. These could be wounds from an animal coming in and eating him. Because I heard that
This
sometimes
And
is-
this is what Billy thinks is so cool.
I watched that on True Detectives. Yeah.
Of course,
It definitely looks like, as you examine the body, Kyle, that there are multiple ragged cuts, both the one across the face and a couple across the chest that do look like some kind of like bite or teeth marks of some kind. Something ragged really clawed the crap out of this guy.
I mean, I've heard there's coyotes around here and bears.
Coyotes and bears?
Bears?
There's no bears in
yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, there is.
No.
I go camping all the time. Yeah. I mean, they're not like
Why?
grizzly bears, but
Okay. But is a black bear really a bear?
yeah.
If there's a dead body.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the room with a dead body anymore. Can we go like to a different room and maybe figure out what
gotta-
happened to
Yes.
Billy?
Let's go find Billy and get out of here. Clearly, he's an
Yeah.
idiot, but we maybe should.
Obviously.
I don't know why we'd be nice and find him, but it'd be nice to see if there's actually something cool in this building before we leave.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna
The
pull
bear
out
could
my
have gotten
phone
him.
and I'm gonna try to call the cops. I'm gonna call 911.
You pull out your
Oh.
phone, Christian, and unfortunately, as you flip it open, you look at it, you can see that you have no bars, and you try to make the phone call, and it just doesn't work, and almost as if to
Kyle was trying to
underscore
TikTok.
there's another loud crash of thunder outside and a bright flash of lightning, and you can just see rain is just pelting the crap out of the windows.
yeah.
This
You don't
sucks.
have any bars. Like I don't have any bars, and I was trying TikTok earlier. It did not work. Could not upload.
She was trying to live stream this. Thank God she didn't. Although maybe that would have been good to prove that we didn't do this. But
No,
Do you think
that would have
people
been
think
just
we would do
Logan
this?
Paul all over again. We don't want to be Logan Paul. Do you guys not see that video? He
What?
filmed a dead body.
I would watch it, but I don't have any
posted it on
fucking
YouTube.
bars. Sorry, I can't swear on this one. Sorry. I don't have any effing bars, so I can't watch the video, Christian.
It came out like last year.
Whatever.
totally did see it.
Clearly not.
Let's get out of this
Important
room.
because you
I
wouldn't
don't
send
want to
it
be
to
next
your
The
to a
best
dead
algorithm
body.
has been sending me different things.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get out of this room. Let's go to
Christian,
those other double doors.
You're heading out out of a different set of doors than the one you came in. Is that right?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
Kyle's doing.
I'll stick,
So the
I'll
group
stick
of
with
you
the group.
just collectively decide that this place is truly awful, and you go and you push your way through another set of doors into another long hallway. You can see that the hallway goes for a bit, and then it splits. There's another hallway off to the left, and it keeps going. And there are many doors everywhere. You pass another stairwell where there's stairs going both up and down. You finding yourselves quickly lost and turned around in this strange. Even the hallways themselves seem a little crooked and weird. Nothing's built at a straight angle here. Everything's just a little off. Sometimes the floor is a little crooked and it leans in one direction. And just when you're starting to feel like really, really upset about it, you stop in kind of an intersection of two hallways, and you're looking around and just seeing the same sets of doors in every direction. You can hear Billy's laughter echoing down from somewhere. You're not even sure where. Just a cackling laugh. Keep up, you idiots!
Oh, he is still here.
He thinks
He
this
is an
funny.
idiot.
This is just a joke. This is just a joke. This is just a fucking joke to Billy. He's prank. He knew there was a dead body here. Maybe he fucking killed that guy. I don't know. And he did this
I don't
all,
think he
and he's
killed that
just messing with
person.
us. We gotta get out of here. Fuck Billy.
Maybe that guy's not really dead. Maybe that guy's not really dead. Maybe it's like Saw, and he's gonna get up at the end and freak us out later or something. Maybe, I don't know. He seemed
Do you
pretty
think
dead.
he's that
He probably
smart?
was.
He seemed pretty dead.
Is that something? Oh, I don't know. I don't think Billy is that smart. I don't think he's that smart because he got held back a grade. At the very least, I think. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Continuing to make your way, doing the best you can to maybe find the direction of Billy's voice. You continue down a hallway, and you finally you push open a door, Christian, just almost at random. You're hoping maybe Billy is back here. Push open a door, and you can see another strange room beyond. It's another big room like the one that you were in previously, but it doesn't have cubicles and such in it. Instead, you can see that it has what appears to be like a lot of old pieces of equipment from the origin of the mill. You can see like this big old piece of machinery right in the center, kind of up on a little platform. There are pictures hanging on the walls around. Realize as you're looking around it, it must be an entirely interior room because you're not seeing any windows at all. But it's at least dry, unlike some of the other areas you've passed through where the windows are cracked or there's drips in the ceiling. This is dry and dusty, and you can see there's a little plaque next to the machine. And as you look around, you can see there's little plaques next to the pictures. It almost looks like somebody set up like a little museum, perhaps, of the history of the mill building itself.
This place is so weird.
What is this place? I thought a mill is where they make cereal. Like, what do they do here?
there's all kinds of
They
mills.
cut
I don't
wood
know.
at mills.
And paper.
Do they make mills? So is there like a big sawmill? Oh, that's why it's called a mill.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay, I get
so.
it. I get it now. Oh, okay, but why are the floors all uneven? What's these little plaques? I'm gonna go up and read one of the
I mean, it's just an
plaques.
old building. Haven't you been in an old building where it's like there's no 90-degree angles?
In Massachusetts? Maybe? No, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think they have those in
What's
Massachusetts.
is it 90 degrees this one or is it this one? No? Okay. It's cool. I'll figure it out.
As you
I'll figure it
walk up to one of the walls, you look at some pictures, and they look like very like you realize that several of the pictures are of the mill building itself, but they're clearly from maybe the very late 1800s or early 1900s. They're quite old. You can see one that is like a big picture of a large group of people all assembled around the front of the mill building itself, and it says something like the plaque says um, Midfield Mill Company outing 1903. And then you're looking, and you can see other pictures of you see some pictures of people working some of the equipment. One of them looks like some men in big leather aprons working with a machine that looks very similar to the one in the center of the room here. Yeah, another one catches your eye, Kyle, that you notice is a picture of the mill pond from the outside, and there are two men standing there, and they're holding fishing poles, and one of them is holding up what appears to be a huge like eel or snake or something long, and he's just like holding it by its jaw, and its body extends all the way to the ground next to him. And you're guessing that must be like at least 5 or 6 feet long, and he's holding it up as if to display as a trophy to the person.
Oh,
I hate
gross.
fishing.
These company outings, they just went fishing and they got like a tube sock fish or something. Like a, I don't even know what that is. You go camping, Alex. What is that?
I don't know.
You
I
fish
don't
when you
like.
camp?
No, I don't like killing animals when I'm out there.
And they got it out of the pond. Like, oh, we work here. I'm gonna go fish out of the pond next to our work.
And you know what they used to
That's
dump
just
in that stuff, in those ponds and those rivers back then? There was no
no.
regulations. I don't want to eat anything out of there. Ugh.
Oh, you think they ate it? Oh,
Maybe. I
oh.
Maybe
mean,
they ate it like one big noodle. They just slurped it up.
no. Well, oh,
So what's
Kyle,
this
can I tell what
continuing to
kind of
scan the
fish?
wall, you see Kyle as you continue to look across the wall. There's several more pictures, and then there's another one of those big red metal pipes that goes straight up from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. But the interesting thing about it is at about 3 feet off the ground, there's a huge red metal wheel, like it's gonna turn left or right, like it could operate some kind of valve or something. And there's a little sign on it hanging from a little metal chain, and the sign just says, "Do not touch."
of course we touch it.
Well, it's a picture, right? Or is it the actual
It's not a picture;
wheel?
it's an actual
Oh.
metal
It's an actual
wheel
wheel.
attached to
It
the.
says "Do not
Yeah, it's
touch."
an
Oh.
actual.
Oh, okay. Cool. I thought I was looking at a picture of something that was like in the basement, Paul. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, do you want to touch it?
I'm gonna go
Freak
up and
Billy
see
out.
what it does. There's already a
Alex,
dead body
you
in here. What?
Haha,
grab
Billy,
the
we're
wheel and you
touching
give
your
it a turn,
wheel.
Alex.
Yeah, I give it a little turn just to see if like anything happened. Like I'm a little dull. I'm
Yeah.
like, is this a good
You
idea?
give
But I'm
it,
gonna do it.
it seems to turn easily actually, and you give it a spin, and it spins, and the little plaque, the little "do not touch" sign kind of clatters, and the chain jingles a little bit, and it rotates at least a full turn around before it suddenly squeals, and there is a thump above you, and then something big and heavy and wet just falls right onto your shoulder. Some kind of squirming,
Oh.
long, elongated
Ah!
something disgusting. You can have a mental stress card, Alex, or what you're sure is some kind of horrible snake or eel or something writhing across your shoulders.
Just one?
Oh my god.
Just one, because it's only a moment before you realize that it's actually just a sodden length of rope. And you can hear echoing Billy's laughter from somewhere
Oh,
within the mill.
Billy.
Gotcha!
is he up there? How do we get up? Are there stairs?
What's up? Yeah, what's above us? I'll shine my flashlight
Yeah.
up.
You look above you. You see the ceiling, and you can see lots of red metal pipes crisscrossing around. You do remember that in the hallway just before you came in here, there was a stairway that went up and down. You're trying to figure out where exactly Billy's voice is coming from. Is that right?
And where this rope came from.
Oh, where the rope came from. As you look up, you can see indeed that there's a bunch of pipes up there, and dangling from one of them is an overturned bucket, which appears to be attached to a piece of string that goes over the pipe and comes down and seems to connect back down to the axle that that is attached to the wheel. It looks to you like by turning the wheel, you just slackened that bit of string that caused the bucket to tip over.
What? Billy's such
Pranks.
a dick!
Pranks. He is such a dick. Let's go get him. Let's go scare the shit out of him.
Oh, we should.
Yes.
How?
Okay, let's go find those
They-
stairs up.
Billy.
Billy.
You can do it in a creepy
we'll find-
chorus.
Yeah, we'll figure out a way. We gotta figure out where he is and sneak up on him.
Sounds
And
good.
maybe we can get him to go back into the room with the dead body.
Yeah.
What if he killed that guy?
And trip him. He didn't kill that guy. It's Billy. He's high on a cookie right now. That guy just died probably by accident. And he's just there. And it's unfortunate and I'm really sad. I'm like super sad about it. But also,
Did you guys
we
hear
can get him in
that?
that room. What?
Didn't you
Probably
hear that
Billy.
clang?
I don't think so. No, I didn't hear
Fucking
anything.
around up there.
Where?
Or bear.
It's probably Billy. Anyway, I think we should sneak up on him. I think we should get him. Stairs?
All right.
Okay. Then we gotta get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, then we'll get out. We just gun one, there was a dead body. So I don't want to be near that, but like also we could totally freak Billy out with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
go.
Let's go.
Where are we going next? Where's Billy?
So
What direction
you're
was his voice?
backtracking back in the way you came to get in here because you're trying to remember that there were some stairs, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You head back out of this room and you go down the hall and you can see indeed there's an open doorway and some very rickety, narrow, steep-looking steps through the doorway that go both up and down. But you can see the door. There's a closed door right next to the stairway. It has a little piece of little brass placard on the door that says elevator.
Because
I
No
don't
way
know if
that
I'm gonna go in
works.
and
we
wait.
can
I'm not going to
get
the
that.
elevator.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what if we activate the elevator, go up the stairs? So Billy's gonna hear the elevator,
Ah, yes. I love this
Then-
idea.
and then we get him. Right? Like I don't know what we do at the
Mhm.
top. But we'll go up the stairs super fast. So fast.
Okay.
Faster than the elevator. Yeah, and we'll get him.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna hit like a button in the elevator and then run up the stairs.
Press all the buttons.
So it
Probably
opens at
2
like every
buttons.
floor.
And leap out of the. Does the elevator open, Paul? Like when
You
we
open
press
the door,
button?
Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle opens the door to the
Of course,
elevator.
yes, I do.
Okay.
I do
So-
open the door.
So you find it strange, of course, that it's not like elevator doors like you expect, right? It is a door, a normal door with a knob, and that's weird. But you open the door, it says elevator, and you can see inside does appear to be an elevator shaft, or at least a shaft that goes up and down. And right there in front of you is one of those old metal cage elevators. It's got the kind of
Yeah,
the
Mm.
yeah,
Oh,
the
you
doors,
do that.
the accordion doors, and you can see inside. It looks like there's a like a crank and some levers and such.
Okay, this is more complicated than I
What is?
understand.
I don't know.
I've
what
only
this
seen them in
is.
old timey movies.
What is this?
Yeah.
This is not an elevator. What is this?
I mean, it's an old like they used to be really difficult. You had to do things. You couldn't just push a button. I forgot about these.
Ah.
I didn't think they
You could just,
existed
like-
anymore.
We could just like throw the crank, right? We could just like crank it to one
I don't know.
side.
I don't
Jump
think this
out.
prank is gonna work. It's gonna be a lot of
Mm.
work.
No, I don't understand how this thing works.
I don't wanna get
I'll
in
reach
it
in there
during
and
the
I'll try to I'll try to crank it. I'll try to get it to go up and then or see if I can figure out how to make it go up.
Okay.
Uh,
So you for the first thing you find you have to do, Christian, is you have to pull open the accordion doors, which
Sure.
you grab hold of them, and they kind of squeal a little bit, but you get them open wide enough. Are you trying to just stand in the doorway and lean your body in and reach in, or are you walking into the cage?
I'm definitely not walking into the cage.
Okay.
I think this thing's gonna drop and kill me if I step into it. So I'm gonna try to operate it from the outside.
Okay, it's a little more difficult because you're kind of having to like hang onto the door jamb and like reach and lean your body and reach in. So why don't you go ahead and give me an agility tinker roll?
Agility tinker. You got it. Two things I'm quite good at.
Why are there levers?
They used levers before they invented buttons. I got a 7.
Okay, great.
So
You reach in, and you grab the wheel, and you're trying to like you turn it one way, and then you hear a click, and then you're like trying to release it. I think is that right? You're trying to. What is your goal, Christian?
I'm trying to make it go up. I want the elevator to go up, start going up, as if I pressed all the buttons.
Gotcha. So you grab this wheel and you feel this strong tension. You push on it a little bit. It clicks 1 or 2 notches. You're not really sure what the hell that did. You're like, maybe it's one of these levers. You reach out, you grab a lever, something goes clunk and releases, and the whole cage falls. And now you're half in the cage and half not in the cage, Christian. So I would like you to roll me just a straight agility roll to see if you can back out of there quickly before the cage comes crashing down on your upper torso.
Paul, is it also possible to help and like pull him in time, or is that not really a thing?
I'll get to that. We will do that, but first I want to see if Christian is able to just leap out of the way. You got a 5. So Christian dodges backward. Kyle, you're going to try and like grab on and pull him in. Is that what you're?
I was gonna like, oh shit, and do a little lift cheerleader grab.
Yeah.
You grab onto him. It's a little clumsy. The whole maneuver is a little clumsy, and it was very surprising. And Christian, part of as the metal cage comes crashing downwards, you get pulled out, but a bit of the cage comes crashing down and actually hits your body before you make it fully out. You do take 3 points of damage from that, which is enough, I think, for you to draw 1 physical stress card. I'm going to have you do that.
Oh yeah, how do I figure out how many cards I draw again? It's half my brawn. Let's
get this up here. So Christian, you've just taken 3 points of damage. We divide that by half your brawn. Since half of your brawn is 2, that is 1 card. If you had taken 4 points of damage, you'd be drawing 2 cards. Does that make sense?
Yes. So I draw 1 card. Fittingly, it is the extremity card.
Okay, great. So the cage has caught you on your arm, and so we don't. I don't differentiate here. Like you're only going to ever have 1 stack of extremity. There's not multiples for different arms and legs. We just assume that if you continue to play Descents under extremity, it's the same arm. So one of your arms got caught by the metal cage, and you've got a nice bruise there. Nothing that's because you haven't played any Descents yet. It's nothing that's causing any mechanical change, but sure enough, you've got a good welt on your bicep.
Yeah,
have I said this place sucks yet? Have I said that this sucks?
Yeah.
Have I? Does everybody know that I think this sucks?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It sucks.
This sucks.
All right, where is he?
Yeah.
Are we just gonna leave? Should we go up the stairs and find Billy and get him out of here? What
We get Billy out and let him know
you can
this
see,
is not funny anymore.
I mean, you as you look now, you can see. So the whole metal cage went crashing down, and you heard a lot of like loud like chains clattering and the metal cage banging around a bit. But at the bottom, you heard a very loud splash as if it hit a body of water. And you can see now in front of you is just this empty shaft and a metal chain coming down, or the chain that was holding up the cage, but it is still there. Actually, 2, because he seems to go up and around and come back down.
I'll shine my light down the shaft. What the hell was that?
Roll me perception.
Sure. 5.
Okay. You shine your light down, and you can just see murky. You can see the cage. It looks like it has fallen maybe 10 or 15 feet down. His land. You can see the top of the cage and the chains coming up off of it, and you can see that it looks like it is about half submerged in a dark, murky water down there. So it looks like possibly the level below you might be a bit flooded.
Huh. This sucks. I think we should go up and we should try to find a window and we should try to signal to those cops that were outside. They might still be around, right? And then they can come in and they can get us out of here and they can arrest Billy for being a dick.
Kyle and Alex, will you both also roll me perception?
Perception, I'm an 8. 7.
4.
4 from Kyle. Christian, what was your perception roll again?
5.
Okay. The three of you kind of stare down for a moment at this dark, murky water in the cage, half submerged. Kyle, you think you see something move in the water. You think you see something down there. That's not just water.
Oh my god, what was that? Did you see that?
What?
Is it the
There was
sockfish?
something- I don't know if it's sockfish. Maybe it was Billy. Maybe it's not a dead body. Maybe it's the sockfish. I don't know. I just saw something down there. Something's down there. It's not just water.
Do you guys hear that? Oh God! I swear I keep hearing something behind me.
Also, I don't know if climbing the cops is a really good idea because I have a tingly in my brain a little bit.
Tingly
And
in your brain.
I don't know what the fish in the water is, but I have a lot of really great theories about it. I'm not really sure how long we've been here, if we've been here a short time or a really
Is that
long
cookie
time.
really hitting you?
I forgot I ate that cookie.
I mean,
Just the cookie.
Here-
Just it's fine.
we could show them
But I
the dead
swear I
body.
saw something in that water.
Yo, I swear I keep hearing something behind me, so I don't know what's going on.
There's something down the
Let's
water.
just
We should go
just
get it.
find
this
Billy,
point-
I hope it's not
idiot.
Billy.
You,
Ugh.
as you stand here in front of the elevator, looking down to having this discussion, you hear a rapid thump, 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 as if someone is very rapidly running down the stairs next to you.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys hear that, right?
Ah!
All right, let's open the door.
Should I
Let's
push
get
that
him.
on the stairs?
Let's go. I'm going to tackle him. You open the door, I'm going to tackle him.
Okay,
I'm ready.
let's go.
You
Let's
rush.
do it.
You rush over next to the. It's just an open doorway that leads to these rickety looking wooden stairs, and you think you briefly catch the flash of a metal buckle dangling off of a leather jacket of somebody. The stairs are such that they do quick switchbacks back and forth as you go down, kind of a half light turn, go down half light turn. And you think you can just see someone just turning around the downward staircase, possibly Billy.
It's Billy. Get him!
You hear the
Get Billy!
receding footsteps. You hear thump, 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 splash, splash, splash.
Into the water.
Gross. He's so gross. All those cookies are going to get soaked. So gross. I'm going to mess him up. Let's go mess him up. All right. I'm going to
Yeah.
lift him
All right,
around
are we
those
going
stairs.
down?
I'm chasing him.
Okay. And I'm chasing after you. Like,
Let's go.
do we see him go into the water,
So-
or do we just?
Yeah,
Christian, bring your
because of
mom's
your view
flashlight.
down the stairways, right? It goes down like half a flight, and then there's a landing, and then you would have to turn 180 degrees to go down the next half flight, and there's a landing, right? So you just kind of saw him. You think you saw him disappear, but you barely saw. It's just like the corner of his jacket circling around as you rushed over there to see what the noise was, to see if that was indeed Billy running down the stairs. You're pretty sure. Seems like it had to be true.
Yeah.
Who else is here?
Who is it?
It's totally him. If Billy's dead, what's
Is
in
anybody
that water?
rushing down the stairs after him, or are you all standing trepidatiously? At
Yeah, Kyle's
I'm
charging.
going.
Alex
Yeah.
goes rushing down the
Charging.
stairs. Alex, you
And
go.
I'm
Alex, you
going
rush down the
after.
stairs. You reach that first landing down. So you go maybe 6 steps down. You reach a landing, and the stairs are old wood with each thump. Like there's a little explosion of dust as your foot lands. You turn the one. You reach this very small landing. And these stairs again are very narrow. They're just wide enough for like one person. You wouldn't walk side by side down these.
Yeah.
You go down a flight. You hit the landing. You turn. You look down, and you can see it does appear to be going to a lower level that looks similar to the upper levels, though no windows because it's getting below the ground level. And you can see about 3 steps and then water.
Oh, gross.
And we can't see Billy anymore.
You don't see Billy currently. Although Alex, do you have a light? Are you?
I mean,
You were
I had
holding
my
your. I think
cell. I have
you
my
had,
cell
you had
phone.
your cell. You have
Yeah.
your cell phone. You have your cell phone flashlight. You're kind of flashing it around. It flashes. It reflects a bit off of the water. Roll me a perception. Actually, perception investigate. I'll take.
So both of those.
Yeah.
So perception. Oh gosh, I got 2 for perception and 5 for investigate.
Okay. So you can see that the water is kind of moving, rocking. You can see little trails in it. You don't see Billy himself, but it's sure, and you can see a muddy boot print about 2 steps down. You feel pretty confident that Billy just raced down here. You don't see him himself, but you still see plenty of evidence of him rushing through here. And you're guessing he just waded into that water, which is pretty disgusting.
So I kind of pause. I'm like, oh god, like
Right.
my
You
feet are
pause
getting
for a
wet. And
minute,
I'm
long
like,
enough at least for Christian and Kyle to come up behind you. And again, these are very
Yeah.
narrow steps, so there isn't really room for you all to stand on this. So you're kind of like crowded in. Maybe Kyle is kind of just leaning on your shoulder and trying to peer around to see around down to the water. And Christian is behind Kyle, not even
With the
having a
flashlight.
view yet of the with the flashlight.
Billy,
What is
get your butt back here, or
Yeah,
I'm going to
seriously.
get my dad to expel your ass from school, and he will not get you into any colleges or trade schools or nothing, and you'll have to be held back again, like that one time we got caught cheating.
You hear
Yippee
you hear
bye.
this laughter. You hear Billy's telltale laughter from echoing from down the hall. It sounds like he's fairly distant at this point, but you hear, "Ha ha ha! Come on, you guys! You aren't gonna believe what's down here."
No, Billy, there's a dead body, and I'm high, and there's cops.
That he does not respond to.
And Christian's mom's really concerned.
She is.
She
Not
is.
really. She packed his
probably is. Oh my
backpack.
god.
No. She might be. I don't know. She packed her bag really well.
It probably is. It's gross out.
It's super gross. Are we sure?
You hear another
Billy's okay.
boom of thunder from outside, as if to underscore the statement of how gross out it is.
Did you guys hear that? I swear I heard something behind me up the stairs again.
That was just the lightning.
Am I the only one hearing the clanging? And
We
like,
know
there's definitely
Billy's
something.
down here. We know Billy's down here. We just saw him.
There's something behind me.
What if we go home? What if we leave and we get caught in the rainstorm and it sucks, but we go home and we say, fuck Billy, he can go hang out with the eels or whatever.
But what if something like bad happens to Billy?
Oh, he's an
Like,
idiot.
Billy's our
Ugh.
friend. But he's been our friend for so long. And yeah, I think he's an idiot, but he gives those cookies for us all those times, and he gets us into cool parties. And
I think that's just you.
He's really being a dick right now. But all right. But if
Yeah.
I see one more weird fucking thing down here, I'm going home. This is it. I'm drawing the line. I swish my fingers through the water to draw a line. I'm drawing the line. This is it.
In the water instead of the sand.
Yeah. There's no
Are you-
sand.
are
There's
you-
not me.
Does that mean you've descended down this last flight of stairs and have entered the water?
Sure. Yeah. As I'm
Okay.
ranting about how this is the last straw, I'll walk down into the water.
Excellent. Christian, ranting, pushes his way forward, heads down, boots start to splash in the water, swearing at Billy. The first thing you see, Christian, as you get down, it's a hallway like many of the other ones you've seen. There are still, in fact, along the ceiling above your head, you can still see the red metal pipes everywhere. And you can see the very first door on your right, again, has the little brass placard on it that says elevator. And you can see it's pushed open a little bit, maybe about 8 inches wide. It's pushed open a little bit. And as you walk kind of past that and you kind of frown at the elevator door, you feel something brush against your leg. Something large and heavy pushes as it moves through the dark water below you. You can draw 2 cards.
Two?
Alex is just up. Is just at ankle deep water, up a step from you, following behind you, and Kyle now taking up the rear. And yes, 2 mental stress cards, please.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay, this seems appropriate. I drew 2 anger cards, and I feel like that's what I've been playing. So that's what I've been playing, role playing. So that's what I'm gonna play on the cards.
Nice.
It's gonna bring me to
Excellent.
1.
So you're playing the anger as a tell and the second anger as a descent.
Yeah. Flip card. Ah! 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 Ah!
What?
There's something
Is
in
it
the water.
Billy?
There's something in
What
the
is
fucking
going
water.
on?
There's something in the water. I jump out of the water. I jump back onto the steps. There's something in the water. Something touched my leg. This sucks. I hate this. I hate this. This is so bad. It's one of those big eels,
All right,
and
fine.
it's gonna slurp me like a spaghetti because I made a joke about it upstairs.
It's just a dumb fish. It's just a dumb fish. You saw it? It was like a big, long tube fish. Very dumb. You're
Yeah.
fine. You're fine. You're okay now. You take a deep breath. You've got this. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. You got it. Remember the
I don't want
jam?
to hear any cheers right now. Oh my god.
Oh my god! I just want to get out of here with Billy. Okay, I just want to make sure Billy's not dead or eaten by
You
a
sound a little
fish.
obsessed with Billy.
Ow. I am not obsessed with Billy. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is an idiot.
Yes.
I hope Billy got killed. by
So
a
why
bear.
aren't we going home?
Because Billy is an asshole, but he's still ours.
Ugh.
And I don't want him to die.
Why is he ours? Ugh.
Because he gets us free drinks and stuff and cool stuff, which I bring to you as a group. Because I actually love you guys. And you've always been there for me. Even that time remember, we all went to the big cheer competition. I got kicked in the face by that one girl, Patty.
That was kind of
And we had to
hilarious.
get to it was for the moment, but not for my head because I had a concussion.
Yeah.
But it was funny
Yeah,
later.
not
We all
great.
laughed about it.
was a
It was
great
pretty
TikTok.
funny.
It was a great TikTok. I liked how you did the repeat. It
Yeah.
just kept rolling into my
I
head.
was like,
Yeah. And I also like telling Pei, like, this is why we got second place because you kicked me in the face.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, anyways, are we gonna like? It sounds like Christian's not going in the water. Are you going into this water to find this Billy of yours? Because I don't want to go
yeah.
swimming right now.
I don't want to go swimming, but I'll go as far as, like, let's say, ankle depth.
All right. Well, we can swim. Like, I want to. Like, ugh, I'm getting out of this water. You go wading around for this dude.
I've
It
already
definitely-
been wet anyway.
When you watched Christian go down the stairs, right? You've got about 3 dry stairs, and you know there's about 3 more stairs that go into the water before you get into this hallway. When Christian went down in there, he was at about hip deep water.
Hip?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't let the water touch my buns. That's when I'm out. Knees, thighs, fine. But once it gets to the I'm out because it's cold. I'm gonna have to find a bathroom. That's not cool. I'm not cool with this. Look, Billy might be dead, and he just keeps laughing. Isn't that weird? Is he
It
just
is
high?
weird.
Why does he keep laughing?
You now hear echoing down the hallway a metal clanging. You realize it's reverberating along the red pipes along the ceiling, as if somebody has taken something and is banging on the metal pipes somewhere down further away from you, and it reverberates.
In the same level, or like up a level.
It's the pipes that are in the ceiling right above your head.
Okay.
So someone is banging on one of those pipes with something clang, 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 clang.
What's up,
What if we
Billy?
just-
Is he back?
I'm just gonna go down to the base of the stairs. I'll get in my my bum wet. I'm gonna call him for him one last time. And
Okay.
if he doesn't come back, he just laughs at us again. I'll leave. We're out. Okay?
We can call the
Okay.
fire department and they'll get him out of here.
Sure. You really love calling authority figures that I do not
There's
understand.
a dead body upstairs.
There
That's
is
what
a
you see a dead body.
Forgot about the
You
dead
tell
body.
somebody that there's a dead body. I forgot about the dead. I didn't forget about the dead body.
I think
I will remember the dead body for I think of forever.
Yeah.
Kyle, you take a couple steps down into the water. Not quite. You get about knee deep. You know that there's one more step, and you're just not willing to take it. And you call out to Billy. What do you say to him?
We're gonna leave, Billy. So you better come with us. We're gonna leave your butt here. Really upset. I'm not gonna go to prom anymore.
Whenever that happens.
As you call
Whenever
that
that
out,
happens.
you see
Shut up, Alex.
some movement in the water, and you think it's Billy finally coming to his senses,
Good.
coming down the
Oh,
hall to
thank
you.
God, he's coming.
And you realize,
He's
no,
coming
you're
our way.
mistaken. When suddenly this massive head lurches up out of the water, you can see this long body, this huge eel that is easily 10 inches around, with this giant mouth of jagged teeth that leaps up out of the water towards you. Its mouth open, the teeth glistening in the little bit of cell phone light that you're shining, and it lets out a horrific shriek as it lunges towards you.
Ah!
I'm going
She
to
also
roll.
screams. Kyle gives a blood-curdling scream. Yeah, that's how I'm rolling.
I'm going to roll an attack here as this thing lurches at you. It lurches forward, Kyle, and bites you. With its sharp, jagged teeth, and you can see it has glowing yellow eyes, and it lets out this high-pitched squeal as its mouth bites into you for 4 points of damage. Let's take a look.
I have a brawn of 6, so yeah.
You have a brawn of 6, so that's actually only one card for you, which is good
Okay.
news. However, I will also ask everyone to please draw 3 mental stress.
3.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, I pull the physical card out, right? Like, so I just draw it just like
you
mental
just
card.
drop it right onto the
It's
the
a head.
Oh gosh, it got you in the head.
It got me in the head.
It shrieks and it leaps high above the surface of the water. Its teeth just grazing across your cheek. You can feel its hot breath on your neck as it slides, and then its full length of its bulk and body kind of races across over your side of your head and your shoulder, and it slithers down your back and flops onto the stairs, and then slimily slithers its way down the stairs back into the water with a
Oh my God!
And you can feel like this thing was probably a good 6 feet long. You have a jagged cut across your cheek, and you are just absolutely horrified by the sight of this and the sounds of this thing nearly taking your head off.
She clutches her face and screams, and as she tries to get, like, she's probably like tripping because it's really slow because she's in water, back up the stairs back to her friends.
Excellent.
I'm ruined for prom.
So you have a head tell,
Yeah.
and then what have you done for your mental stress cards?
I'm gonna do one obsession. I'm gonna do another hallucination, and I'm just gonna go for the next obsession. But I need to see what the card says. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah. Having
Sure,
a hard
I can
time
help
with
with that. Which ones are you trying to look at?
obsession.
Here's obsession on our screen. Are you at level 1 or 2?
I'm
Level
at
1
2
is
now.
affected. Pick a character or object, talk about it or them frequently. Now you're impressed. Focus on a specific trait of your target. Ascribe too much to it.
Okay.
So let me make sure I'm getting this right. You're at 2 obsession. You have a hallucination and an anxiety tell currently. Let's get everybody's stats updated here. Christian, what have you played?
I put 2 cards into paranoia and 1 card into anger, so I'm paranoia level 3 and anger level 2.
Oh, I totally forgot. You don't have to put the same card under the card, right? You can.
Correct.
I have an anger.
Correct. When you play a descent, you can put it under any card you want.
Cool. I was putting
You wanna-
obsession,
you
all my
wanna-
obsessions under my obsessions. Yeah,
Which is fine, but
I
not
think
necessary.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that that Kyle is obsessed with Billy anymore. Pretty sure she's over that. But I think she might be seeing some stuff. So I'm gonna move one of my cards over to hallucination if that's cool.
Sure.
So right
sure,
now I have
absolutely.
a 1 in hallucination and 1 in obsession.
Okay.
I need help reading my hallucinations card because I'm hallucinating hard right now.
Um,
I don't know what was in that cookie.
what level are you at now?
4. I'm a hot
4.
mess.
That's pretty bad. So we're at 4.
Yeah.
As you wish. Listen to the voices. Blame them when it all goes wrong.
I told you I've been hearing these guys, and we just got to keep going into the water. We clearly just need to go in the water because that's. I mean, I keep on hearing this, and they say we just need to go in. We have to go in. Like,
So you get eaten by eels?
That's what they're saying.
So Billy can kill you? So Billy can fucking
but
murder
that's
you
where
by
we're
killing you
safe.
by
That's what they're
eels?
telling me. That's what they're telling me is we got to go in the water. That's where it's.
Listen, I went in the water and look, I got this nasty scar. Look, the thing attacked me. Whatever that was, whatever that thing was, I don't know what it was. It may have gotten Billy. I need to get my TikTok going right now because I need to do a TikTok and there's no bars and I need my TikTok and I have no idea where my phone is. I don't know where I put it. And I think I heard something on there.
Tanya, tell me more about the voices you're hearing. Is it Billy's voice? Is it the voice of the eels? Is it somebody else's voice? Who's talking to you?
It's just my intuition saying I have to go in. Like it's just them. They are telling me I need to go in. It's just obvious. This is where it's safe.
An inner voice,
That's what it's
a guiding voice, a helpful one. Go into the water.
Yes.
Proceed.
It's saying it's safe. It's telling me it's safe. That this is the way out. If we go up, it's just gonna get worse.
You're standing now, the 3 of you, back up at the first landing of the stairs, a few steps away from the water. Christian, what's going on for you?
I'm getting out of here. I'm continuing my rant against Billy, saying he's trying to kill us, and he's trying to kill us by bucket eels. He probably killed that guy upstairs. He probably put that rope in a bucket. I don't know why, but he probably did that. And now he's going to try to kill us with eels, and this was his whole plan. His whole plan was to kill us with eels because he's a dick. And I fucking hate that guy, and I hope he gets killed by eels, actually. And I'm going home. And I turn around and I start walking up the stairs.
I think he probably got killed by eels. I think he got killed by eels. I did that.
I hope so. I hope the eels got him.
It's like that horrible movie my parents made me watch all the time with the shrieking eels. All the time I want to watch the shrieking eels movie. It's just like that. It was just like that. It was terrible. There was no like big guy to save me from them. It was terrible. It was just I think he might be dead. I think Billy might be dead, and I think we got to TikTok it on my phone, which I cannot find. It might be in the water.
Kyle, you've got your phone out. You're trying to record a TikTok. Christian is headed up the stairs, where Alex seems to be starting to descend towards the water. Are you just staying
Yeah.
here on the platform, or are you going somewhere else?
Oh my god, everyone has abandoned me. I'm doing like a Blair Witch up my nose. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, I go, and I'm holding it like, no, Alex, you can't go down there. It's going to eat you.
It's gonna be fine. I got this.
Christian, wait.
It's where it's.
No,
I'll
you do not.
help Kyle drag Alex up the stairs. We're going home.
Thank you.
We're leaving.
Oh my gosh.
So you like pick me, like
Billy.
drag me.
Kyle, Christian and Kyle grab onto Alex onto either shoulder and start dragging Alex physically up the stairs. Alex
I'm like,
continuing
no!
to rant about how
They said it's gonna be safe. That's what it says. That's what I keep on hearing. It's safe in the water.
I don't
you head up the stairs. Christian, as you emerge up back where you started in the hall. You look left, you look right. You see hallways in every direction. You're not sure which way is the right way. There's another loud clap of thunder from outside. You can hear the rain pelting the windows of the building. Where are you going?
Is there a window nearby?
Yes, you can see just down this at the end of this hallway. There is a window.
I'm gonna go for that window and I'm gonna try to bust out of it. I'm gonna try to break the window and I'm gonna try to jump out.
Okay, the three of you kind of make your way down the hallway, very helter skelter, with Alex struggling, trying to return back down the stairs, wanting to get into the water. Kyle is holding on to Alex with one hand, the phone with the other, ranting about what's going on. But Christian adamant to get you to the outside of the building. As you approach the window at the end of the hall, you can see a bright flash of lightning illuminating the sky and a bit of the hallway that you're standing in. You can see now that the window overlooks the mill pond, and you can see it is a straight drop out this window into the pond. It comes right up. There's maybe a tiny bit of ground between the building and the water. However, you can also see now that the door to your right, as you come down this hallway, is open, and within is another large room. And inside that room, you can't quite see what's in there, but you do hear echoing from within that room Billy's laughter. You guys are not going to believe this. Oh my gosh, you have to see this. It's amazing. What do you do?
I gotta go back in the water.
Billy is now laughing at us in another room. Christian has
How
lost his
high
shit
up are we?
and is screaming at him.
From the water? From the
Alex!
pond?
Yeah.
We
I
just
would
gotta
say
go in the water.
about
It'll be fine.
8 feet.
8 feet.
I'm not going in that water.
I'm gonna
not
chuck
going
my
that
backpack through the window to break it open.
Give me a brawn roll.
I'm good at that.
Not much.
I need to look up what that is. That's a 1.
Christian hurls his backpack at the window, and it splats against the window, not causing any damage to the window whatsoever, and then falls to the ground.
Fuck.
Alex, you hear splashing water, sounds of water dripping and splashing through the doorway from where you can hear Billy's voice also laughing.
I gotta get back in the water. I want to go in the water. That's where it's safe. That's where they said it's safe.
It's not safe in that water. I'm not going back downstairs to that water.
Don't you hear them talking? Don't you hear them talking? They say it's safe.
I don't hear anyone talking. I thought I heard a splash
it's like a-
sound, but I didn't hear a voice. I don't think.
I also heard there's cake in the break room.
Oh, there's cake in the break room. Where's the break room?
I don't know. I think it's back there. I think it's safe in the water, and I think there's cake in the break room. I don't know.
There may be cake.
That's
in
what
the
they're just
break
telling
room.
me.
Who are they?
I know what's gonna break this fucking window. If I throw Billy through it, it'll definitely shatter. I'm gonna storm
sounds-
into the room where I heard Billy's voice. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Christian, are you letting go of Alex?
Yeah, I think at this point.
Okay, Christian lets go of Alex, storms into the other room. Alex, if you wanted to break free at this point, probably would be fairly easy since Kyle seems pretty distracted with their Instagramming.
I'm trying to jump in the
or
water.
rather,
I'm only holding Alex on with one arm because I have to hold my phone with the
because you got to hold the phone exactly. And,
So you're just like
Christian's
this video is capturing me like.
Yes. No.
Christian, you burst into the other room and you can see it is a huge room that clearly is multiple stories tall. Because as you walk through the doorway, you see you're walking out onto what appears to be like a catwalk at this level that encircles the perimeter of this very large room. But over the rickety metal railing, you can see down a level into a large room. The center of this room, there's some kind of massive like steam engine machine in the middle. It's not running or anything. It's just big, very tall, big wheels, leather belts, steam valves on it, some kind of machine in the center of this room. But you can't see it where it touches the floor because down below, because this room is as I said, multiple stories tall. So you're looking down a level, and this machine is clearly in the lower level, and the bottom of which is full of water. As you look up, you can see again the spider web of metal pipes, of red metal pipes across, and one particularly large, maybe 8-inch wide metal pipe that runs across the entire length of the ceiling. Although it is lowered, hanging by about a foot or two from the ceiling itself, and there are big wooden rafters up there. You can see some movement up there, and you see Billy's face peering down at you, and he's smiling.
Billy, you fucking
Alex.
asshole!
I'm gonna jump to Alex. Alex, do you wrench yourself free from Kyle?
Yes.
And if so, what do you do?
Where am I? Can I see the? Is it like windows? Like I can't get to the water?
So you're in a hallway. You just came to the end of this hallway. At the end of the hallway, there's a window in the building, and it does look like this window looks out onto the mill pond. So, like, if you could smash the window, you could get through and get into the water. However, as you saw, Christian hurled his backpack against the window and it did nothing. You also hear a lot of water sounds coming from this doorway that Christian just went into, and he seems to be ranting about Billy over there.
I bet you he's in the water over there. Let's go over there. What's going on? I hear the water. I hear it.
Yeah, you come rushing in, Alex, and you can see the room as I described, and definitely, if you just like leapt over this very rickety looking metal railing, you would jump into water down below. Or as you look around you, it does look like there is one spot as you come around the corner where there's a little staircase, a very thin, rickety metal staircase that leads down. So you can run down that staircase into the water if you wanted. You can tell that there must be holes in the ceilings, or maybe the pipes are dripping because drips of water are constantly falling into this room from the ceiling.
So I can jump the railing?
You could jump the railing if you want. You're not sure how deep the water is on the other side, and it's a good about 8-foot drop from the railing to the surface of the water.
So I go running up to the railing, about to jump, and I'm like, oh, no, that's a little, but it's just still safe down there. So I'm going to go, and I start, like, as I'm about to jump.
You could certainly run around the catwalk towards where the stairs are so you can get down. Okay.
Yeah, so
Alex goes rushing towards the stairs. Kyle, what are you doing?
Oh my god. Yeah, Kyle's gonna run in. Alex, you just went to the big room.
Yeah, I
room
went
with the
where
Both
upstairs?
Kyle
Christian
and Christian are
is.
now in
Yeah,
that large room.
yeah.
I was trying to jump in the
I'll run
water, but now I'm
after.
rushing down the
Like,
stairs.
no, Alex, where are you going?
Going in the
I'll charge
water.
in after Alex to try to again prevent them from jumping into the water. Do I see
Kyle,
Billy's face?
you go rushing into the room.
Okay.
You go rushing into the room. You're standing on the catwalk next to Christian. Alex has kind of shoved her way past to go rushing towards where you can see there's some stairs leading down into the lower level, which has been flooded. Again, there's some kind of massive steam engine taking up the center of the room. But as you enter the room, you can hear, "You're here!" And you look up and you can see Billy's face. He's climbed up on top of these red metal pipes. So he's kind of wedged himself between the pipes and the ceiling up above, which is another good 10 feet above you. And you can see his smiling face over there. And he leans out and he seems to have what appears to be a bag of goldfish, like if you went to a pet store and bought a couple of goldfish right there in another little inflated bag. And he just rips it open, and water and goldfish drop from the ceiling down into the water below. You guys aren't gonna believe this! It's amazing! And he just looks just absolutely thrilled. What do you do, Kyle?
I take out one of my mini sodas from my mini backpack and I chuck it at Billy's face.
Excellent. Roll me agility.
Take that, Billy.
And I guess I'll call that fighting. It's certainly not shooting, so let's call it fighting.
Can you bring up my character sheet? I forget what I took for fighting. I know I switched athletics and fighting, so now I can't remember.
Yeah. So looks to me like
Thank you.
you have
Okay.
got an 8 in agility and a 6 in fighting. So a D8
Okay,
and
so
a
I roll
D6.
an 8 and a 6. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I roll the highest number is a 6.
Great. You hurl the soda can square, and it smacks Billy right in the face. I'm going to give you. I'll give you D6 for damage on that. Let's roll D6, and remember that all damage rolls explode. So if you roll a 6, you get to re-roll an
All right. Okay, I rolled 3.
3. Okay. The soda can hits him square in the nose, and he is completely startled. And he uh he kind of loses his grip on the pipe, and he plummets and he falls off of the pipe and splashes into the water below. Christian, what do you do?
Yeah, eat it, Billy. I hope you fucking get killed by eels, you piece of shit.
Holy shit!
I just
need
yell
to
at
kill him.
I just yell at
You just yell at Billy.
You just need to get your butt out of here. You.
So do I see
jerk.
Billy falling like down the
Alex,
stair? Like
you see from where you've run over to the stairs. You're at the top of the stairs. You're ready to run down into the water. You see Kyle throw the soda can, smacks Billy in the face. Billy tumbles off of the pipes and goes splashing into the water below. What do you do?
I'm like, well, now I have to go in the water. I mean, it's where it's safe. Billy is safe at least. That's where it says it's. They say it's safe. They say it's safe. I'm gonna go in the water. I'm gonna make sure Billy's safe. We're gonna be safe in the water
Alex,
together.
You rush down the stairs into the water. You splash. You end up in about hip deep water. You start wading over towards where you saw Billy hit the water, and then suddenly the floor gives out from under you. Just suddenly there's no more floor, and you find yourself completely swimming in water. Roll for me, please, a brawn and athletics.
Oh heavens!
Oh, that's not your character.
Oh my gosh, Alex!
So 4 is my brawn and athletics. I have an 8. So let's see. There we Ah. So 2 for
And,
brawn
and
and a 6.
I think you guys. I'm gonna help you out here a little bit because I think you guys have forgotten that you can invoke your perks. And I would say this is part of probably applies to Alex's resilience. Alex is a
Yes, I'm
resilient
scrappy and
character and used
resilient.
to. Yeah, yeah. So you got a 4 and a 6. Is that what you tell me?
2 and a 6.
A 2 and a 6. So we take the higher number, which is a 6, and you get a +2 for applying the resilient perk. You're at an 8.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
you surprised for a moment to discover that the floor just vanishes. You're like, what is that? And suddenly you're in like very deep water. You weren't expecting that. But you hit it with stride and you start to swim. If you were holding anything in your hands, which I don't. Oh, you had your cell phone, I think, right? You drop your cell phone
Yeah, I
so
was
you could
using it.
swim, and you could see the
Oh
little
yeah, so
light
now I can't
begin
see
to
anything.
vanish into the murk. But Christian has his flashlight still, which he's flashing around, and there's a glow of cell phone light coming from Kyle, and then there's a burst of lightning, which illuminates the room. You realize that there are actually multiple windows around the outer perimeter of the room. The at least the left wall and the wall across from where you came in, as you come into this room, as well as it appears to be a good sized hole in the ceiling above. Perhaps that was where Billy was. You realize it might be open up there might be a hole in the roof there. I mean, that's why so much water is getting in. And there's this bright flash of light, and suddenly you all see Billy come lurching, launching up out of the water. At first, you think, "What is he doing? How could anyone swim that way?" But you realize it's because his bottom half is completely enclosed inside a massive, massive version of one of these eels. Huge, huge creature with bright, glowing yellow eyes that has completely swallowed Billy's legs, and its mouth is clamped around his lower torso, shoots up and kind of arcs, and Billy just screams wildly as it plunges back down into the water. You can all have 3 mental stress cards for this horrific giant creature you see basically consuming your friend Billy, and Billy screaming in death throes. Blood is spraying into the water as he goes and plummets back into the water.
Cool.
In this quiet moment, perhaps I will pick
My
on
God.
someone, and let's look at I think Christian.
Yeah.
There you are. There you are. Christian is dumping deep into paranoia.
I think I'm going all the way.
Yeah, jumping to 5.
I'm jumping to 5. You know, and then I'll put one of these. Just, you know, it feels... I gotta put it somewhere. I'll put it into memory loss here.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Colleen, how's your hand looking, Colleen?
Oh, I'm getting some anxiety going on here. I think it's a bit overwhelming. I'm kind of freaking out. And I'm also going to start to see a little bit more of what Alex has been talking about, with some more hallucinations as well. Yeah, I'm a little bit more even keel with some of my problems I'm having.
Seems tactical.
And
Well, I don't
Tanya,
think we're going to survive.
How is
but it's fine.
Alex doing?
Not good. What's the number 5? It's all up to me for hallucinations.
Oh my goodness.
What is that
Yes.
says?
Yes.
It's all up to me, and I'm starting to get absent-minded because I'm just starting to. My brain's like, we're just gonna create new things and shut down. That's what we're doing.
Great. Okay, here's where we stand now. I'm gonna start with Kyle and just go down the list here. So Kyle, what do you do?
Um, uh, Kyle gets frozen for a moment because she just killed Billy, basically, or was partially responsible for Billy's untimely death. She can't quite figure out if she should keep tick-tocking or not. Alex just jumped in, and that's concerning, but also terrifying. Um, so I think she's just standing there, just talking and being like, yeah, we're gonna go in, we're gonna get Alex, we're gonna get Alex, we're gonna get one of Billy's arms. No, don't get one of Billy's arms. We're not gonna do that. And is just really hyper focused on the moment and trying to pump herself up to try to go and get Alex, but also
Excellent.
backing away slowly.
Is she actually moving in any way to help Alex, or just standing there at the railing where she entered the room?
She's just kind of moving away from the railing a little bit, like, no, I'm not quite sure here, but I'm gonna get Alex, and maybe I get a running start. I'm gonna get a running start. I'm gonna do a somersault off of no somersault. Just gonna dive into the pool.
Excellent.
Okay, we could, she's just trying to pump herself up to get over the railing to get Alex.
Excellent. Alex, what are you doing?
It's all up to me to save Billy, so I'm going for this crazy eel because I'm clearly hallucinating that this is safe and this is it's all up to me. It's up to me to save Billy, and it's safe in the water, and also I'm getting forgetful about like some details, so now it's getting a little confusing. I'm not quite sure why I'm like, what has happened. Like some of the details are starting to slip from my brain. Yeah, it's not great for Alex.
So Billy just disappeared under the water there with the huge eel that has half consumed him. So are you diving to try and find him?
It's all up to me.
It is all up to you. It is all up to you.
It's all up to me. I got
roll me another brawn athletics to try and dive underwater to try and find Billy.
All right. Are they together or separate?
They're together. So you roll both brawn and athletics, and you just tell me the higher number.
Okay. Where's that other one? Okay. Okay, I got 4 for brawn for once. Ugh, and I got a 1 for athletics.
Okay. This 4 is usually the target number, though this is difficult. You're diving into dark, murky water and trying to discover Billy. So I also want you to roll for me. I want to call for here something perception based to try and find Billy. So give me also a perception. Actually, I'm going to say perception athletics. So this is one of the interesting, unusual things about this game is that I can combine unusual skills and attributes. So normally, like investigation is more for searching and hunting for things, but like since you have to dive underwater and are searching under dark, murky water, I'm going to call that more athletic. So athletics, perception, try and swim underwater and find Billy. So you have successfully dived. You push down into the water. You're swimming. There's not a lot of light under here. You can see a faint yellow glow, though.
All right, 5 and a 4.
Okay. So in the faint yellow glowing light, which you're not sure what it really is emitting that light, you can see murkily a hand in the water you think is Billy's. So you think if I can just grab his hand, I can pull him up into the surface. We'll get to that later. Christian, what are you doing?
I run. I leave this room as fast as possible. I ditch everybody. I'm out of here. I turn around. I run right through the doors I came through, and I just keep taking turns and going down hallways, trying to remember how we got here in the first place to retrace my steps.
Great. Roll me an intellect investigation, please. As you go looking through, trying to remember how the heck to get out of this weird, crooked, maze-like building.
6.
Okay. So you just start running.
I'm outta here.
And you take a turn, you see you pass the elevator. You're like, yeah, I remember that, and you go running, and you make it. You pass through the room that is the old museum, and you're just running. Kyle, you just saw Christian book it past you. What do you do?
Oh my god. He ditched us. I can't have 3 dead friends. No one will like me in high school. When we finally go on and get 5 years, I'm gonna try to jump in and get Alex. I'm gonna get Alex. I gotta get Alex out. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna dive in and get Alex. And probably when I hit the water, I'll go, shit, I just gotta get out of this water.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you actually convince yourself to dive into the water?
So yeah, she's gonna.
Yeah. Roll me an agility athletics, please.
Thanks, Kyle.
Don't thank me yet. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. Oh, it was an 8.
Excellent. Kyle dives into the water very elegantly. This is actually something Kyle's reasonably good at. Dives into the water, goes swimming through. Eventually, you swim through the dark murk of the water. It's very dark down here, but there is kind of a faint yellowish glow coming from somewhere. You manage to actually connect with Alex, and the two of you link together and rise up to the surface. Your two heads bursting from the surface at the same time. Kyle and Alex, you lift Kyle. You lift up your arm exultantly. So does Alex, still gripping the severed hand of Billy. And you both stare at the severed hand in absolute horror. And you can both draw 2 more mental stress cards. You realize
yay!
Gone, and all that remains of him is a severed hand.
We're having a bad night, guys.
Oh, I don't think it's going to get better.
In the water, swirling movement, and the water is becoming very choppy, and you think you can see bubbles rising up around you.
Oh gosh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die here.
I should go to Alex next. I'm going to skip ahead because Alex is trying to play some cards. So, Christian.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Roll me another. What did I have you roll last time? I've already forgotten.
Investigation intellect.
Investigation intellect. Yes, as you try to find your way out.
4 this time.
Okay. You continue to book it through. You get turned around a little bit. You end up going down a blind hallway, and then just ending up in a room full of weird pipes and more of these valves and several wheels and such. And it just looks like some kind of some kind of control room maybe for whatever all these pipes are. But it just seems wrong. You don't remember this from before.
Nope.
And you circle back. And you go heading back to try and find your way out. Alex, I'm just gonna come show this a little bit. So it looks to me like you've dived a little deeper there into memory loss. And so let's just look at it. It looks like you're at 3. Is that right? Which is in denial. Pick a specific event from earlier in the game. It never happened. What never happened?
There's no dead body.
No dead bodies. No.
And Billy's fine.
Billy's fine. Great.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Death. No death and dismemberment.
There's no death. My brain has erased any death.
What do you do?
I think it's up to me to try and get us out of there, maybe?
Okay.
We just need to go home.
Kyle's with you.
I just become calm, and I'm just like,
Very choppy.
it's up to me to get out of here, and we're just.
A strange calm comes over Alex, and you try to help. You try to help Kyle swim towards the swim towards the staircase, which leads up and out.
Yeah.
Roll me.
Come on, Kyle. We're just gonna get on. Let's just go home. It's wet. Why are we all wet? This is dumb.
Roll me brawn and athletics, please, as you try
Me?
to swim. Yeah, both swimming and trying to help Kyle.
Oh gosh, my bronze stinks. 2 and what's it? 2 and 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Not great.
You slowly make your way. You get at least to the point in the water where you find the floor, and you can put your feet down. You're finally not swimming anymore, and you're now just standing in water. And you've got one hand out. Maybe you've left the dismembered hand of Billy floating in the water, but you're reaching one hand out to Kyle, who is swimming towards you. When emerging from the water, like once again, is this huge head of this massive eel. Its glowing yellow eyes, you realize, was the sole source of light there under the water. Its mouth of razor sharp teeth open, and it lets out a horrible shriek. And its jaws try to clamp down on Kyle.
Do I try to grab Kyle out of the way?
I get a roll for its fighting first to see if it can bite Kyle.
Kyle's not really swimming, by the way. Kyle's for like flailing and kind of just being like, I'm wet in the water. Billy's dead. Everyone's dead. Nothing's dead. You're dead. I'm dead. We're all dead. Everyone is dead. And she's just like, she can't take it. And she's just not. So you pulling her out is actually, you're dragging her. Like she's not okay. She's having a panic attack. Full on.
Yeah.
Kyle, bad news for you, Kyle. I'm afraid.
Okay, that's fine. I think it's
the damage dice on its bite exploded on me twice, and I'm rolling d8s here. So you're taking a total of 24 points of damage. We're going to look at how truly terrible this is for you, Kyle.
I
is that
6.
possible?
So 6
you have a brawn of
24.
24 divided by 6. You're going. Sorry. Your brawn is 6, so you only get to divide by half of your brawn. It's 24 divided by 3. You're drawing 8 physical stress cards.
That's math, everyone. Kyle's not good at math.
Kyle, here's what that means for you. So you're going to draw and play 8 physical stress cards. And if you have to add a 4th descent to any particular body part, you are dead.
There is a chance.
Kyle's absolutely terrified.
There's a chance for you to survive this, though it doesn't seem likely. But we'll see what happens.
Okay. We got a torso. We got an extremity. We're just going to go full hog. Let's try to, for whatever reason, survive this horrific show. Or let's not and just call it a day.
3.
I think Kyle did a great job. I know. I'm doing it, Paul. Just give me a break. I got to flip it in this program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, it is up to you. If Colleen, if you decide it's simply more dramatic for Kyle to die horrifically at this point, you are certainly allowed to descend.
Well, so here's the thing. I got a whole bunch of heads, so I can't even drag it over. It's not letting me drag it over.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Let me drag the card. Yeah, I'm done. I have 2 more heads. Or I have a head and another torso, so that's 4 on my head.
Yep. Okay. So the massive jaws clamp down on Kyle's body, just as Alex gets her feet under her and feels secure, reaches out towards Kyle. Kyle is flailing and looking ridiculous in the water. The massive jaws come clamping down as the thing plummets down into the water in a massive spray of blood, and Kyle's head rolls on the chop of the water gently over towards where Alex is standing. Alex, what do you do?
I don't know. I forgot past things. Can I just pretend current things aren't happening? Um,
Oh, you should be certainly drawing a bunch more mental stress for this.
yeah, I'm like,
You should be drawing
I
three more mental stress is usually the cap. I usually don't do more than three at a time. So
yeah.
give me
I mean,
three
I
more
just
mental
saw
stress.
my friend. I mean, we're just gonna go down the memory loss hardcore. I
Okay.
mean, I'm just gonna toss those all under there, and maybe a little dash of obsession. But what does the last one say on the memory loss?
The last
Um,
entry on memory loss is complete amnesia.
okay, so I just have no idea why I'm there. Just I have
Hold on.
no idea.
What's
Yeah,
going
I
on?
have no idea why I'm here. Yeah, I am just checked
Do
out.
you
I have no
do you
idea.
think that does Alex, despite the complete memory loss, have the wherewithal to get out of the water?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know I'm wet. I don't know I'm wet. Like I just start like I'm kind of dazed and just kind of like slowly pulling myself out of the water in a very dazed and I don't know.
So we'll now proceed into the denouement, the end of our story. And what I like to do is I like to go around the table and one by one, um, what I will do is I'll have each player may give us a little bit of an ending for their character, and I like to progress the timeline as on each step. So I'm going to start with Colleen because it's the easiest. The next morning, what happens? What happens the next morning at the the household of Kyle, when fails to return home.
Yeah, I think that the superintendent has a search. They're very concerned. They probably make, if you want to go a little bit further on, they never find her. So they make a memorial statue at the high school for her. And they make a special um, scholarship for cheerleaders. But they think that she was probably abducted by Billy, is the main suspect, and he, is, of course, is never found either.
Excellent,
But they think that maybe
excellent.
they ran out
Yes.
together or something.
The next morning, certainly the massive flooding is all over the news. There's a lot of stories about the massive damage to the town as the incredible rainstorm from the previous night caused a lot of damage from flood. But also there's the story of the missing cheerleader and the rebel, the ne'er do well Billy, and a manhunt begins. Though, as we know, doomed to failure. Um, a um, a week later, where is Alex? What has become of Alex after a week after? Does Alex emerge from the
Yeah,
mill?
I
Excellent.
think I'm found wandering the roads, very confused about where I am, where I am, who I am. I'm soaked. I might be a little like scraped up. No one knows really what happened. Like I can't. They're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know. I was just in a building and I was wet and I wanted to get home, but I don't know how to get home." And I think they just chalk it up to like, "Wow, everyone's real stressed with COVID and this lockdown."
Yep.
So
Yep.
they just think I've
That
had like a mental break because I
emergency.
just
Excellent. So eventually, Alex is discovered by her family in a hospital nearby. Emergency responders had a lot of trouble getting around due to all the flooding, so it took a little while for Alex to get found and for them to discover exactly whose Alex's identity even was. And it's just generally assumed that somehow in the storm, Alex got lost, and who knows what happened? Perhaps a blow to the head of some kind. It's unclear. It's totally unclear, and it's an absolute mystery. But Alex's family is pleased to have Alex back, but of course Alex doesn't remember them at all. Um, a month later, where is Christian? what has happened to Christian in the
month
intervening
later.
month. Yeah.
That I think a month later, as they're finally clearing up the wreckage from the flooding, and they're really starting to clear out the flooded sewers and things like that have been clogged up with debris, all from this great storm. There is a bundle gets found of Christian's backpack and all of the things that his mom very carefully packed for him on his one trip outside in the rainstorm. And inside of that is just his bones, gnawed on and chewed on and scraped completely clean.
Oh my god!
Excellent.
Okay.
That was
is
terrifying.
Fearful Ends. Thank you, everyone,
thank you,
for
Paul.
playing. Hope you had a good time.
The
I say
eels.
the screeching eel is very traditional for there to be exactly one survivor in this game. I've played many games like that. Although I think this is the first one I've seen where the only survivor has complete amnesia. That's delightful.
I like to
That's
go
pretty
hard
fun.
on the mental stress cards.
That's great.
Gives me a direction to go.
That's it. That's the game.
No,
Thank
it's
you,
great.
everyone, for playing. I really appreciate it. I hope that this was helpful to everyone, to those who are considering playing the game. Follow along in the sample scenario, and look at where we hewed straight to the text, and where I maybe had to improvise a little bit when the players did some interesting things. There were a few moments of that, but hopefully it gives you a better handle of how to use the cards and how to handle combat and all that stuff. I hope that helps. Thanks, everyone. Had a really great time.
Paul.
Great game, and we'll see you all later. Good night, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, Dan back here. Hope you guys enjoyed that actual play with Paul and our close friends playing Fearful Ends. There, I know I enjoyed watching that, and like I said a couple times in the chat, it's interesting to see our players' trends come through in a different system, actually, because I'm used to seeing them play old school D&D, of course, and kind of interesting to see how it folds into Fearful Ends. So I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. And I gotta say, we're funded. So just in the last 5 minutes, while this 2-hour play session was happening, we zoomed on the Kickstarter that Paul's running from a little bit more than half funded to fully funded, just to hit the exact number in just the last 5 minutes, which is amazing. Just amazing to watch just in the last 2 hours that we were sharing that. So we have the best viewers and we have the best patrons at Wandering Dems. So we can't thank everybody that backed it enough, or telling your friends about it, or sharing it on social media. That is kind of just blowing my mind right at the moment, having seen that happen in the last 2 hours. So thanks to everybody for that. Of course, this whole project is Paul's, right? I had practically nothing to do with it. I've experienced Fearful Ends as a player. I've run it once. I gave a tiny little bit of commentary about some number math behind it. But all due credit to Paul on this project. It's been his passion project for years and years, and he's done a really, really great job with it. Colleen, that you saw on the video playing there, did art direction for the Fearful Ends book, and she also did some of the interior art. Some of our close friends and patrons have worked on editing and playtesting Fearful Ends. So great job to everybody that was involved with it. Principally Paul. And I am just overjoyed at seeing Paul's first Kickstarter fund just while we were watching it. So thanks everybody for backing. That's fantastic. Of course, if we get just a little bit higher, we have 48 hours to go. If we get a little bit higher, Paul has the tier where he would release a fully formed version for Roll20. And as you can see in the play there, he's already got it working in Roll20 for distance play. So I would love for that to be available to people as well. But really, really amazing job. Good prediction from Kevin. I thought it was a solid prediction that maybe Christian would be the one person who survived, but surprise, turns out not to be the case. Just had Christian's bones left at the time, and that's what Fearful Ends is like a lot of the time. So hopefully we'll get more opportunities to play that. Maybe we'll be live streaming it in the future some more. So it is up for through Halloween here for the next 2 days from the live stream here. So if you haven't backed it yet, jump on the Kickstarter, go to fearfulends.com and you'll see the link, or we've got the link in the chat right now, or the link in the description on YouTube. And we would love for you to join us. Again, the product, you get the whole printed book that looks wonderful. You get a deck of the mental stress cards, the physical cards, a deck of the physical stress cards. So you can just play the whole game right out of the box. And it's really a wonderful set. So hope you'll join us for that. And of course, hope you enjoyed this more than double length version of Wandering DMs that we don't normally get an opportunity to do. Hope you've had a good weekend. If you have other thoughts that you'd like to share with us about things you saw in our Fearful Ends live play, feel free to put comments on YouTube here. We'd love to see those. Remember, of course, you can like, follow, and subscribe to us, the Wandering DMs. We are on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and Facebook and GitHub and TikTok, and we have the handle Wandering DMs on all of those sites. So look for us there. And of course, you'll get updates on upcoming shows. Remember, you can get audio versions of all of our shows from the top podcast providers. And you can also go directly to our website at wanderingdms.com, and you'll see links to that stuff, as well as our most recent shows on YouTube and stuff. And of course, huge thanks to all of our patrons who support the show here. We could not remotely have gotten to the point where we are without our patron support. And also the people that backed Paul's Kickstarter here in the last couple weeks, or just the last couple hours while we were watching it. Truly amazing. If you'd like to join our patrons, we have a $1 tier. You can go to patreon.com/wanderingdms, and we have chat on our Discord server all the time about classic D&D and horror games and Fearful Ends and a whole bunch of other stuff that we would love to see you participating on. And of course, we'll be back next week. Paul will be returning, of course, from Carnage, and kind of debriefing probably from the successful Kickstarter that he just ran. Congratulations to Paul. Congratulations to everybody that was involved with that product. And of course, don't forget, we, the Wandering DMs, we are live every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So we really hope that you'll join us again next week for another thought-provoking discussion. We'll see you then.